What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I apologize for no video yesterday. As you guys know, I'm building a house and things have gotten a little busy, but here we are. Let's take a look at the markets. Fed Powell speaks today on the interest rate hike. What's that going to do? As you guys know, I really don't care about the news. You may see some volatility. So be careful today if you are trading. I did get stopped out on my last trade at 17.6 from what was it, 17,280 is where I went in at, which is all good. I told you guys that's how you manage risk. I knew what I was risking. I did re-enter at 17.9, and I put that out on Twitter yesterday, and I'm going to ladder in all the way up to 18.4. If we get above 19, then I may scale out. We'll see what's happening. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. But anyways, today we'll talk a little bit about let's talk about what's going on in the space. So Sam Bankman-Fried, right? He got arrested. Kind of a coincidence right before the court hearing. He doesn't have to appear, so maybe he doesn't mention names. Kind of weird how that happened. We're also going to talk about Binance. As you guys know, I've been warning about Binance. Be careful. I'm going to show you the BNB chart and how it's playing out. It could be a telltale of what's coming for Binance. I know a lot of people think Binance is too big to fail. I myself do not. So be cautious, be careful. That could be the next big leg down. There's a lot more people in Binance than there was in FTX, right? So just be careful there, guys. Also, we're going to look at the Dow Jones. At the end of the video, we'll take a look at the Dow, gold, and silver. Dow did hit our target from 2 weeks ago. Will it go higher? We'll talk about that. Definitely stick around for the whole video. Make sure you go down, smash that thumbs up. Let's get 1,000 likes at least on this video to get this video pushed out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Tick your notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. And leave your comments below letting me know what you think the markets are going to do. So let's take a look at what's going on. This is Bitcoin on the weekly. Here's our weekly trend line where we had our little spike above it a few weeks ago that we were expecting. We are above it now, but remember the price action and the RSI, right? The RSI follows the body of the candle, not the wick. So that body can come back down this weekend, which I believe it's gonna. Now, if we close above here and get support on this weekly trend line, then we could be in, this could have been our false bottom. Although, you guys know, I think the false bottom is going to be February or March. I think the true bottom is going to be sometime in the middle or end of next year. I still believe that. We'll go into the charts. I'll show you why. But let's look at what's going on right now. So this is this huge rally. Let me point it out in case you can't see it. This huge rally that everybody's talking about right now. Bitcoin has bottomed. Look at that candle, guys. Let's zoom into it, right? Not much happening there. Honestly, it looks like nothing more than a bear flag, if you ask me, right? So let's take a look at the charts. So this is where we're at right now. I told you if we cross that 17.5 range, then you could look for 18.4, which is still what I'm looking at. Now, if we do get a huge spike today, I'll show you where I believe that could be, right? So if we get a huge spike, that would be breaking out of this rising channel. Let me put a target up there so you can see. Now, this is the best case scenario for the bulls, right? We would have to break that 18.4 range. If we do that, we do have the VRVP high volume node right about 19.2, and then 19.5 would be the target of the breakout of this, right? But what I expect is most likely a reversal here, come back down, and then we come down to our next targets, which would be if we break this bottom trend around 17.2, 17,250, which is going to be around that 200 EMA. If we break that, then we're looking for 16.2, and then ultimately this 14.5 range. Once that breaks, looking for our weekly target of 14.5. If that breaks, then we looking for that 12.5 range. Now, if you look at what's going on here in the RSI, right? Let's do that. So if we look at this high from way over here to this high, this is in the 4 hour. That's daily. or that's hidden bearish divergence. That's this high here to this high here. Looks like it's ready to flip. Like I said, with the Fed meeting, we may get another pump, but either way, it definitely looks like it's ready to flip over. Let's look at it in the daily. Here's the daily, and here's that same target, that 18.4 to 18.5 range that we've been talking about. We did get above our 55 EMA. If this is able to hold, we may see that 18.4 to 18.5 range. Also, looking at it on the RSI, you guys know we've been watching this blue trend line right here. We are coming back up to test that. So as of right now, the daily may close right around this area, right? And then tomorrow we can still pump above this in the RSI, but the body of the candle should close below. Either way, guys, I think this is just another exit liquidity grab. Be careful. What is the breakout point here? Well, if we go off these lows here and I clone this trend line, put it up here to the top of these, we would have to break. Let's put this in here. We would have to break the top of this trend line to break trend right there around 20,000, 20,200 if it went up fast. Either way, it is looking just like another exit liquidity grab. I mean, zoom out, guys. Look, every time we have some sideways action, we just dump further. Sideways action, we should dump further. Sideways action, dump further. Sideways action, dump further. We are in a bear market. And like I said, guys, in a bear market, we're in a weekly, monthly bear market. You have to look at the charts as a whole to figure out what's going on. The sentiment is super bullish now off of this little tiny pump. Be careful out there. If you guys are interested in trading before we get into the bigger time frames, definitely check out my sponsor, PrimeXBT. Link down below. Use my promo code SAVVY50 and you get a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 and get you 25% off your fees. The cool thing about this is you can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, crypto, Dow Jones, everything, all from one exchange. They don't have the scammy scam wicks like the other exchanges. They don't clump your trades all together like the other exchanges. Also, if you go up here to the contest section, we will be having a Crypto Savvy contest, trading contest soon. But if you go up here, you can join any of these contests totally free. You don't have to have any money, and you can win tradable money. So if you want to learn how to use the platform or practice trading without any risk, this is where to do it. Definitely check them out. I'll leave a tutorial at the end of the video up top also. Let's take a look at the monthly. So there's the monthly, that monthly RSI. Unless we open and close above this trend line on the monthly RSI, I see no reason to be bullish. Now, a lot of people say, well, if you miss the bottom, you're going to lose a bunch of money. No, if you miss the bottom, you still have the same amount of money, right? Wait for a reversal confirmed in the bigger time frames, guys. All right, looking at the weekly. So this is what I had drawn out here for, you know, months and months and months and months right here, right? This is still what I'm expecting. Nothing has changed at all. We're getting a little tiny pump, right? So let me look at something else too. Let's take a look at this clean chart. There's the weekly, right? Let's go into the daily. See where our EMAs are. Right now we are at that 55 EMA. Like I said, watch for craziness for the Fed Powell meeting. Let's go into the 4-hour. See what that's telling us with the EMAs. We are still above all the EMAs here, but guys, every time we get above like that, we just flip right over, right? Just like up here, same type thing, guys. I think this is getting ready to flip and flip hard, but be cautious. All right, so anyways, looking at this, like you guys know, I'm looking for the possible false bottom, 75 to 8,500, middle or end of, or I'm sorry, January or February, get a rally up into April, maybe May, just to come crashing back down to the end of next year as possibly as low as 35 to 4,500. Still sticking to that. Nothing has changed in the macro to make me change it. And this is where we look for the possible reversal, right? It's got to be in the weekly. This is a weekly downtrend, guys. So just like we had over here, once we break this line, that'll be the false bottom. So let's say we break this, right? Finally, we get a false bottom. I think it's just going to turn around. But we'll be keeping an eye on this weekly. I may even do a weekly close Sunday to see where this is all at, depending on what I'm doing or what's going on. But as you guys know, guys, just looking for a false bottom somewhere in February or March, rally up, maybe 100, 120% rally into April, May next year, and then continue back down. That's still what I'm looking for. Nothing's changed in these charts to make me think any different, right? Same thing. This is the Amazon chart overlaid on the Bitcoin chart on the weekly. No big deal. Still the same thing. As you can see, it gets out of the lines here and there every once in a while, but all in all, still following the same structure. Nothing huge here. This is my 10-year plan, still remains. Now, if we bottom and we cross this 55 EMA, let me go back over here. If we cross this 55 EMA before hitting these lows, then I would think the bottom is in. Then if we get up there and get support on it like we did here, then I would look for maybe buying into a longer position. But guys, especially with what happened with FTX, there's no reason for all these big companies and big hedge funds and big DCs that put their money in there to go back into Bitcoin right now, because they lost that money. That money is gone. Finito, no more. The money is gone, right? So where are they going to get the money after a loss like that to put it into another risky asset? Think about this stuff, guys. But anyways, as you guys know, it's my 10-year plan. I've went over it in more detail, but you can screenshot it and look at what it says. This is still what I'm looking for. This is what I think. We had a big Elliott Wave 5 count. Huge bull run since the existence of Bitcoin. This is the first bear. It's going to get ugly, guys. Be careful. Before we go into the Binance chart and also Dow Jones, we'll look at the target that did hit from, I made the target, I don't know, it was at least 2 or 3 weeks ago. You can go back and look at every time I show the Dow, I show these numbers. So, yeah, we're going to look at that. Then we're going to look at gold and silver also. But before we do, make sure you check out my wife's webpage, Ink Your Image. There is also a link down below in the description. I'll leave it in the pinned comments too. She's been selling a lot of these Divergence cheat sheet mouse pads, but she can put anything you want on any of this stuff. Great product. She literally does it all herself. Puts pictures on slate, glass, whatever. She's been getting a lot of Christmas orders, so I do appreciate you guys for that. Thank you very much. Happy wife, happy life. So this is FTT on the left, right? Look at the pattern here. You guys know I love patterns. And look at the pattern here. This actually looks a little different because it was actually made, you know, after the release or after the token came out. So I had it on Coinbase, but they took the chart down from TradingView, but you can still see what's going on here. You can see we wicked down below this trend over here. Once we did that, we got another little tiny pump up like we're getting now. But once it crashed below this, guys, it was bad news for Binance. So I'm just for FTX. But what I'm saying, guys, just be careful. I wouldn't have a bunch of money on there. Just be careful. That doesn't mean you have to sell if you don't think the price of everything else is going to go down. But at least get your funds off there. Get them in your wallet. Be safe. Be careful. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. I've been talking about this for a long time. ADA did the same thing. Ethereum's actually making the same looking chart. Litecoin, everything. It's not looking good. I know everybody gets really excited with these little rallies, guys, but be careful. All right, so here it is. Here is our Dow Jones chart. This is the daily, right? We've been looking at the daily RSI in here, and I told you there is a possibility one more huge spike up to come retest this top trend line here on the RSI. So that's still not out of the question. I don't think it would break this and make a new all-time high by any means, but here it is, 34,736. We had this here forever. We came up and actually nailed that. Like I said, you can go back and check all my videos. We had this one here for back over here. We can take this off now, but that's the golden pocket, right? Was looking at this as an ending fifth wave diagonal and turnaround. That looks like what we're getting still. I'm going to get this off just so it makes a cleaner chart. But as you can see, we nailed that 0.65, 0.618 golden pocket zone. Got a huge rejection yesterday. Look at that candle. Let's take a look at it on the weekly. You guys know I've been looking at the hidden bearish divergence on the weekly. There it is. Lower highs in the price action. higher highs in the RSI. Be cautious, be careful, guys. Again, we'll probably see some major volatility today because of that's what happens when Powell speaks, but the macro doesn't really change. That's just news, is just noise, get a little fluctuation, whatever, but the macro remains the same, right? And the DXY, I am still bullish on the DXY. I know a lot of people think the dollar is dead, it's going to zero. I highly doubt that. I do think we still get up to at least this 122 range and get a rejection there. Once we break this and get on top, you guys know my big view. One more thing I want to look at, right? You can see that every time there is a big bear market, right? Go back in the DXY. Here are the bear markets, right? DXY is the only thing that rises in the bear markets, right? Here is my target, but here is my longer term target for the DXY, up to the 170 to 180 range. Just like the 80s back here, guys, they had the same type thing. Even if in the 80s, if you go back there, people were talking about the government's talking about a digital dollar or a dollar, you know, a one world currency they were talking about back then. So the same thing, they were saying the dollar is going to die. There's going to be a one world currency and blah, blah, blah. Same type of scenario. All this stuff plays over and over again, the same, right? So like I said, here's 2008, you know, big rally there. Everything was supposed to be dead there also. Gold, let's take a look at gold. Gold got it rejected at our golden pocket here on the daily. You guys know I've had this target for about a year and a half, 15, right around 1550, 1560, right? I still think we're headed there. Remember, if that breaks, looking at 1432, if that breaks, if we go out into the weekly chart, you'll notice that every time there's a bear market, gold falls right along with it, right? This was back here in the 80s. Right, while the dollar was rising. This was 2008. Same thing, guys. Same type of stuff. So if that does break that 1446 or whatever, if it does break that range, gold could go very, 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 very low. Now, I know everybody said gold is a hedge. Oh, reminder, don't forget to leave a comment down below, smash those thumbs up. But everybody says that gold is a hedge, silver is a hedge, silver and gold are great. They are great if you're just going to buy them and hold on to them. But every time the market crashes, they crash right along with it, guys. Every time. So as you can see, just like crap coins pump, you know, they put out a bunch of news right before they pump, good news, and then it dumps. Traditional markets are no different, right? So you see all the commercials, buy gold, buy silver, that's the way to go, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, do it, but do it at the lows, right? So we did get above the golden pocket on silver, but I've had these same exact targets for over a year and a half on silver too. I think silver gets down to the fixed 1562. If it breaks below that, it gets much worse. Let's look at the weekly. As you can see, look at the 80s, right? Silver crashed. Look at 2008, silver crashed. Fake money pump or fake money printing. This is what happens now. We have much lower targets for that. Also, if we look in here at the weekly on silver, let's take a look at that. You can see we made higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. Hidden bearish divergence, guys. There's still nothing saying this stuff has reversed, in my opinion. Be careful out there, guys. I will be doing unmembers video. I know last week I did not get a chance to, but I'm definitely going to fit one in. Maybe even tonight, but I'm definitely going to fit a members video in so we can go over all the other charts you guys want to look at. Thanks for watching. Smash the likes. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe and tick your notification bell, guys. Share this video. Get it out there. I'm out. Take it easy, guys.